Okay, we are starting the second half of Nick Godejohn. He's in the first half we finished, or the first part we finished with him signing that he understands his rights and all of that. So let's pick right back up.
That's fine. Anyway, all right, thank you, Nick. And you said I could call you Nick, right? Yep. All right. All right. So I guess you have a lot of questions for me. You've been waiting to speak with me, right? That's what they said?
At least, I lost track on the hours.
Okay, so...
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm a maniac. I listen to things way too fast.
I want to answer your questions, but I kind of want to ask you some questions first. Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah,
and then we can maybe take turns. Like, I'll ask you some questions, you can ask me some questions.
That sounds fair to me.
Okay. And that's what I want to do. I want to keep it fair. So if it ever seems like it's not fair, you just let me know, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So you said your name's Nicholas.
Yes.
And what is your middle name?
It's Paul.
Paul. And what is your last name?
It's Godejohn.
And how do you spell that?
It's Jodejohn.
Okay. Ejohn. And you said, how old are you, Nick?
I'm 26.
26. Where did you go to high school at?
I went to high
On the video?
26.
26. Where did you go to high school at?
I went to high school at Nathan Hale High School, which is in West Allis, Wisconsin.
Okay. So you haven't always lived where you live at now?
Nope.
How long have you lived in Big Bend?
Only months.
Oh, so before that, where did you live?
I lived in Waukesha.
Okay. Is that a city or a county or?
It's a city.
City. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a big city?
It's city of Waukesha. Well, this is obviously the county of Waukesha, so yeah.
So they have a county named that and a city named that? I bet that gets confusing.
Oh, not me, because I'm actually born from there.
Oh, okay. All right. So do you have any kids?
No.
Okay, so, and I promise y'all, I'm going to try to stop less than I did in my first videos, and I'm going to refer a lot to the Gypsy interrogation, so if y'all haven't watched that, I'm going to make a playlist of this to make it easier for you, but, the striking difference to me in this section we just watched, I keep thinking about the way that the detective with Gypsy kind of played that little girl dynamic with her. Like, he took on this paternal role and whatever to better reach her. And it feels like this woman is more truly trying to, in earnest, relate to Nick. So it's not like, oh, you're playing kind of dumb and innocent, so I'll play along to coax information out of you. But it's more like, oh, you can't understand things unless I make it very clear and simple. So I'm going to relate to you at that level.
No kids?
No kids.
Okay. As you can imagine, we've talked to Gypsy a lot tonight.
Because it's been quite a wait.
Yeah. So we've talked to her, and she told us a whole bunch of stuff that's happened to you guys. And so I kind of just want to talk to you and start from the beginning, maybe like how you guys met or whatever. You know, can we start from where you guys met? Would that make you feel comfortable?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Where did you guys meet?
It was a site called ChristianForDatingFree.com.
Okay. Is that like a dating site?
Yeah, it's for Christians, but it's meant to be free.
Okay. So you don't have to pay any money for it. It's just a place you can go to meet people?
Yep.
Okay. And have you met a lot of people on there?
I met a couple others before I met her.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you guys have like names, or how do you know who you're talking to?
She, when I talked to her, it was, where it actually had her name as I was reading it. So
what is her name?
Her name is Gypsy Rose.
Gypsy Rose?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what was your name whenever she was talking to you?
Nicholas Godejohn. I'm honest about it when I was online, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had your name, and then she had her name.
Yep.
And then you guys met on there, and then so once you met on there, what happened?
We got closer on there, and we connected more and more.
Okay.
And then we got comfortable to where we about like I don't know how to explain it. It's like the way that we clicked is it made it seem like we somehow just knew we were right for each other.
Okay.
So we like what was it like 4 days? I would have to say 4 days later we started a relationship together.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so.
Sorry guys, I don't know what that sound is, but it's in the video. So yeah, so I wanted to talk about, did y'all notice that when he said he had been waiting a while, he allowed himself to complain to the detective? Like, he's like, yeah, it's been a while. And I laughed at it because this guy is so, as far as I can tell, like, doesn't really have much of an ability to have a filter or be able to manipulate. So in this discussion, he's being interrogated for a murder and he's not afraid of coming off a certain way by low-key complaining about how long they made him wait in this room. Yeah, to me, it's repeated indications of a lack of sophistication. And yeah, I guess I'm going to continue to sound like a broken record, but with this level of lack of understanding and sophistication, it's hard to believe that his sentence should be as harsh as it is, which, if you don't know, it's he got life without the possibility of parole. And then the way he laughed when she asked what Gypsy's screen name was, and he's like, oh, it's just Gypsy Rose. So I guess in short, he seems very forthcoming. I don't get the sense that he's trying to hold back or manipulate the conversation in any direction.
Your relationship, what kind of relationship was that you guys started?
It was one of those committed ones.
Okay.
Committed relationship.
To each other. Committed to each other.
Yep.
So you were on there looking for other people and she wasn't looking for other people.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So did you guys start communicating other ways other than that website? Since you're a couple now.
Yeah, we tried to do a site called meetme.com.
Okay.
But that gets confusing because I have so many friends on there.
Okay.
And then other than that, what else was it? There was they did do Facebook for a little while too.
Facebook, okay.
Yeah.
And what is your name on Facebook?
It's my name is Interrogation.
Okay, and how about hers?
Well, actually, she got rid of hers recently.
Okay.
Because me and her, because I don't know how much she told you. I hope she told you everything that I do know also.
Okay.
Apparently from what she told me, her mom kicked her out of her house.
Okay.
So she texted me to pick her up.
Okay.
And what happened was I got on the bus about a day later, about in the afternoon of that day.
Okay.
And then I got back to, what was it? I believe it was Springfield. That's where that's where it is. Because I'm all loopy from Beats Away.
Okay.
So long. Yeah, Springfield, Missouri. As soon as I got there, I walked straight to a hotel, and then I let her know that I was at the hotel.
Okay. So you got there on a bus. What kind of bus was it?
It was a Greyhound bus.
Okay. So you got to Springfield, Missouri on a Greyhound bus.
Yep.
And you walked straight to a hotel.
Yep.
Do you remember what that hotel was called?
Yeah, it was called Days Inn.
Days Inn. Okay. And that's in Springfield, Missouri?
Yep.
Okay. So you get off the bus and you walk straight to Days Inn. What kind of clothes are you wearing?
Oh, jeez. I don't have that good of a memory at this point.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Was you wearing jeans or shorts or something?
I'm always wearing usually athletic clothing.
Athletic clothing? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get off. Do you have luggage with you or anything?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of luggage do you have?
I had my clothing,
Okay.
Since I wasn't sure how long I was going to be there.
Okay.
I was worried sick about her when I got there to where I wanted to find her as soon as possible.
Okay.
Because I knew she was wandering the streets.
Okay.
So I brought like 3 days worth of clothing because I was going to do all I could to find her at that point. And then,
what were you carrying your clothing in?
It was a duffel bag.
Oh, okay. What color?
It was red and black.
Okay. Was it like a Nike or Adidas or?
My dad gave me his duffel bag. It's a Marble. You know the cigarette company Marble.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what kind of it is. It's one of those kind of duffel bags.
Okay. And so you get to Springfield. So you're excited. You want to see her. So then what do you do?
I text her, and then she, there's obviously a lot of, like, free public Wi-Fi spots around there, so.
Okay.
I don't know where she texted me from, but she was able to find somewhere to text me from.
Okay.
And after that, we would, periodically keep in touch.
Okay.
But.
And so you're texting from your phone?
Yeah.
What is your cell phone number?
It's, 262. 501-9008.
Okay, what is hers?
She wasn't using her phone number.
What was she using?
She was using her Yahoo ID, which I have no clue what it is.
Is that like Yahoo Messenger or what?
Yeah, it's one of the messenger things they use texting for.
So you can, from your phone, you can send her a message to that, and then she can send you a message back and forth, and you guys can chat with each other.
Yeah.
Okay. So she tells you that she's got kicked out. You're coming here, and you're coming to see her, and you're going to find her. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you guys start communicating like that, and then what happens?
And then it wasn't until the 10th is when I was able to actually get her to meet me.
Okay.
What happened was I told her exactly where I was on the actual, what road it was and everything else, where the actual hotel was.
Okay.
And after that, she didn't really text me for a long time. I was confused on why.
Okay.
And then as I'm going outside my hotel room, I end up running into her.
Okay.
As I'm trying to go get an actual like soda.
Okay. So you're going to get a soda and you just run right into her?
It was right on the...
Yeah. So the part where he said, I hope she told you the story that I remember, paraphrasing there. Based on his speech patterns and everything, it seems like this is a story that he and Gypsy rehearsed a lot together. And this for sure is a deceptive portion of the interview. He's talking faster at points, but then when he gets to a gap where it's like, I don't know how she was able to text me, or then I didn't hear from her for a while. I don't know why. And I don't know. My mind is kind of boggled right now. He's a lot more apologetic about these gaps than he was when he was answering truthfully about, whatever, like, oh yeah, it doesn't confuse me that my town and my county are the same name or whatever the case. He seemed more just like good-natured and laughing those things off, whereas his gaps here, he's apologizing for because he understands clearly that his ability to recall this story and stick to the alibi that he and Gypsy have decided upon is going to save both of them or not.
The same level that my hotel room was on.
Okay. And then what happens?
And then I realized it's her, so I'm like, okay, I guess I opened my door back up, and then because apparently she packed because she knew her mom was going to kick her out.
Okay.
And I had to bring all of her clothes and everything else back into my hotel room, so this way she had somewhere to put it.
Okay.
And then after that, I asked her if she wanted to get a soda with me, and then she walked with me.
Where'd you go get a soda at?
It was an vending machine that was outside.
Okay.
that the hotel usually
Okay.
provides.
And then what happened?
And then me and her pretty much stayed inside the hotel for pretty much the entire time for my. Because the thing is, with my bus ticket, it was a round trip. So at first I thought I'd be able to get her back since she wanted to move in with me, obviously, because that's just when she's up here. But when she got hold me, and then me and her actually went to the bus station, I learned that she actually couldn't get a bus with the same one that I already had. I had to redo my actual schedule.
Okay.
So after that, I did it. I got it renewed for pretty much nothing because it was free.
Okay.
And then I helped her with her bus ticket afterward.
Okay. Did you give her money for it, or?
No, I paid for it for her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
And then because the one that was I had to change, because of that one was changed, we ended up going back to the hotel.
Okay.
Just to rest, pretty much.
Okay.
And we ordered food, and we were pretty much just resting there because we didn't know what else to do because it was.
Where did you order food from?
One place was Domino's.
Okay, and they delivered it to your room?
Yep.
Okay, so Domino's delivered to your room, and where else?
And the other was Papa John's.
Papa John's, okay.
Yep.
And then did they both deliver on the 11th?
No.
Oh, okay, so
they were on separate days.
Okay.
One time was on the 10th.
Okay.
And the other was on the 11th. And then when I had to leave on the 12th, because that's what I scheduled mine and hers for.
Okay.
We were able to get the bus, but after we got on the bus, we had trouble getting all the way up here, pretty much because the bus in Chicago, it was full, so we had to wait for a second bus.
Okay.
And yeah, it was frustrating.
Yeah, at least you guys were together, huh?
Yeah, I agree.
That's good. Okay, so did you guys go out anywhere to eat?
We were thinking about doing it, but we figured it was safe because my mom, she's a worry freak. If she knows that I'm in another state, she's gonna leave. Apparently, for what she told me, she was a basket case while I was down there.
Okay.
Because she was so worried about me. But she told me to stay in the hotel, and that's pretty much why I did it.
Okay.
She was just.
Because she told you to.
Yeah, because she feared for my safety.
Okay. Okay. So then you guys get on the bus, and then you guys get here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ride a Greyhound each time you went?
Yeah.
All the way to your buses?
There was no other bus station.
So where's the bus station stop at here?
Here it stopped in Milwaukee.
Okay. And then how did you get from Milwaukee to your house in Big Bend?
My mom picked us up.
Oh, okay. So then do you call mom and say, hey, we're here, come pick us up?
Yeah.
And so was that the first time that your mom ever met your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess she's your girlfriend if she's your girlfriend.
She is. Yeah, she is.
And you love her?
Oh, do I ever.
You love her a lot?
I was bummed my eyes out waiting for this moment where I can talk to you.
Okay.
Because I was so worried about her.
Yeah. I think she loves you too. We spoke to her and for a long time. And I'm kind of thinking maybe she loves you a little more than you love her. Because you're sitting here telling me things that I know aren't true. And then she's sitting here telling me things that are true. And if you really love her, I don't think you would want her in that situation.
Sorry, guys. I keep accidentally hitting end on the Loom video instead of pause. I think I'm just so much in the habit with my clients of making these short videos, and I gravitate towards that stop button apparently. Okay, so let me comment on what we've seen in this last section. I continue to see him inserting unnecessary justifications about, well, my mom is a basket case. She doesn't like for me to go out very much. That's why I stayed in my hotel room. When in actuality, it's probably just because he and Gypsy had been waiting a long time to be together in privacy. I think the only other time that they had seen each other was the first time where they saw each other at the movie, and it was all this big ploy to try to get Gypsy's mom to like Nick. But finally, these lovers having all this pent up, sexual tension, they're alone in a hotel room. So naturally, they're going to lock away for a few days. Anyway, so there's nothing guilty about that, right? There's no, that to me, that doesn't indicate behavior that's necessarily connected to being homicidal. And yet he feels like he needs to insert justification that doesn't even, he could sound just as innocent saying like, yeah, we had a lot of sex or whatever. But anyway, and then this is the moment where the detective is putting the cards on the table, using the dossier technique, or whatever it is when they pit each other against each other, where they're saying, she's saying, like, Gypsy told me the truth. And it's so interesting because usually in that scenario, you see interrogators saying, this one's over here saving their ass, so you better save yours. And she knows that he's so loyal and loving to Gypsy that that tactic wouldn't work on him. You see him get truly emotional when he talks about how much Gypsy means to him. And it's heartbreaking because we know what has just happened in the other room. And Gypsy has essentially sold him down the river while trying to appear like, a battered girlfriend who doesn't want to dime on her true love. Okay, let's keep watching.
Worried about her.
Yeah. I think she loves you too. We spoke to her and for a long time. And I'm kind of thinking maybe she loves you a little more than you love her, because you're sitting here telling me things that I know aren't true. And then she's sitting here telling me things that are true. And if you really love her, I don't think that you would want her in that situation, okay? The situation that she's in right now. And so we're going to go down two paths here, okay? And that is just, you're going to have to be honest with me. Because if you love her, if you love Gypsy, then you're not going to let Gypsy get in trouble without you being there to help her, okay?
I understand.
And so what you need to know is that Gypsy told us everything.
Okay.
We didn't talk to Gypsy all this time and not get everything.
Okay.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
And so, Nick, I want you to do the honorable thing, okay? For Gypsy and for your family, okay? Because we know what happened. And I want to give you the opportunity to start over and to tell the truth, okay? And the truth is not what you've told me.
How much have I told you to believe is the truth?
I believe the part that you got on a bus and went to Springfield.
Okay.
I believe that's true.
Okay.
That you ordered food to eat. I believe that's true.
Okay.
I believe that it's true that at some point Gypsy came back with you to the motel. I believe that's true.
Yeah.
I believe Gypsy got on a bus and came here with you. I believe that's true.
Yeah.
That's all I believe.
Okay.
Okay? Because you missed a lot in there. And I understand that you missed a lot because you don't know what to say because you don't know what Gypsy said. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you right now, Gypsy did tell me everything. She told us everything. She told us about you coming there. She told us what happened to Mom. She told us about your guys' relationship. She told us about the cleanup. She told us about all of that. Okay? So, do you want to do the right thing by Gypsy if you love her?
No, the truth is I worship her, so
I know you do.
There's no way I wouldn't do it on her.
I know.
I would thank her.
I know you do. I believe you do. But this is the point where you're going to prove whether you do or not, okay? Me and you talk.
Okay.
Okay? Because it's not fair. It's not fair to Gypsy for her to be honest and you to lie. Okay? So what I want to know is can you tell me this first?
Okay.
Did Gypsy know that you were going to kill her mother?
Honestly, she asked me to.
Okay. So Gypsy knew you were going to do it because Gypsy asked you to.
Yes.
Why did she ask you to do that?
Because she felt it was her only way to be with me.
Okay. She felt like if you killed the mom, then that's the only way she could be with you.
Yeah.
Do you know the mom's name?
I don't know her real name. All I know is that she goes by Dee Dee.
Dee Dee. Okay. So, has Gypsy asked you to kill anyone else?
No.
Okay. She just wants you to kill her mom.
Yes.
Okay. And how did Gypsy ask you to do that? Did she ask you to do that?
Y'all, I'm sorry to laugh at this, but like this has to go down in history as the most honest murder interrogation ever. I think there was one, I can't remember if JCS did it, but there was this guy who was like very, very mentally ill, and he basically just went in and confessed to murdering someone, and there was no excuses about it, no anything like that. But you know, the difference is that guy turned himself in. Um, it's so hard to not get enraged by this, like the overt manipulation. And look, of the detective on Nick. And this is a very overt version of what goes down in every single interrogation room. Their jobs as interrogators is, maybe this is a bit controversial, but I would think it seems like they think their job is to get the person that they're speaking to claim culpability, or to use that person that's in the room with them to leverage a confession from their accomplice. I would say that their job is to get down to the truth of who committed the crime, but I don't know, in practice that's not what I've observed in watching however many interrogation videos. It seems that they are just thinking, okay, I'll get a confession and then allow the investigators to take it from there, or the courts to take it from there, but I've done my job in getting a confession. Anyway, all that to say that what she's doing isn't unethical in this moment, but it makes me reflect back to, did he really understand what it meant in he has the right to have an attorney. He has the right to not participate in this interview. That's where I have trouble. Yeah. And you see her very explicitly using his devotion and loyalty to Gypsy to leverage a confession from him. And note how emotionally different this interview is from Gypsy's, right? There's no theatrics, there's no hyperventilating, which I know some of that was actual trauma for her, but with him, you could take the sound off and think they're talking about going to a ballpark or something, you know, like eating hot dogs at a baseball game. Even when she has that big bombshell of revealing what she knows and asking him point blank about killing Dee Dee, it's no real emotion registering. And to me, that doesn't indicate coldness and calculation, but it indicates a lack of understanding of the gravity of the situation, the gravity of the act that he committed, and the gravity of how much the consequences that he's going to face.
Yeah, in a text message, on a Facebook, or in person, or something different?
Well, it was more than once. I mean, you had Facebook. We would talk about it on there. We would talk about it even on Texas.
Okay. And what kind of things would Gypsy tell you that she wanted you to do?
She wanted. The thing is that I know she loves her mom a lot. I know she does.
Yeah.
I had I was up here with her, and she felt guilty about the whole situation. I had to make sure she was safe. And meaning, like, I had to make sure she felt like she could be comforted
by you. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because, and then the truth is, okay, I'll admit it. I did actually stab her mom. I will admit it.
I know. Okay.
The only reason I did it is because I did it for me and her. That's the real reason I did it. I would have never did it if it was not for me and her.
Okay. So you wouldn't have done it if somebody else would have asked?
No.
Okay.
There's no way I would have did it for anyone else.
Okay, so you just
I truly do worship her to the point there's nothing I want to do for her.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think you've proved that, right?
Yes.
I think that you've proved that you do what she asked you to do, if that's the case, if she did ask you.
Yeah, she did ask me.
Okay, and she asked you more than once? Did she ask you why you were here?
She asked me more than once because what happened was, at first she wanted, because the thing was is that she wanted to do it herself, but she was too, what's the word, not cautious, it's, I guess skittish is the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
She didn't want to actually do it.
Okay.
Because she couldn't live with herself doing it.
Okay.
And as for me, I honestly to this day I still feel guilty about it.
Okay.
I do.
Right.
Because I learned so much about her mom after she told me and more about it after actually being able to live with her for a while.
Right.
I actually realized how great of a mom she was.
Okay, so it kind of makes you feel a little guilty.
No. I feel a lot more guilt than that.
Okay. So Gypsy's telling you about her mom.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, how she is and her accomplishments and all. Yeah.
Okay. So when you came here to Springfield, that was your purpose to come here, so that way you could do that for Gypsy?
Yes, because I wanted to be with her and I wanted.
So did Gypsy know you was coming here then to go ahead and kill Dee?
Yes.
Okay. So why did you guys decide that you would stab her instead of shooting her with a gun or poisoning her or beating her with a bat? Like, why did you guys decide stabbing would be what you did to kill her?
Honestly, the thing is we really wouldn't have known how to poison her. Honestly, we wouldn't have known how to.
Okay.
I mean, she looked up multiple times of how to do it because she wanted to find the quickest way to do it.
Okay, so like she looked up on the internet,
yes.
like how to kill her mom?
Yes.
Okay. And so she was looking for the easiest way to do it?
Yes, this way she would be in less pain. She wanted her mom's death to be quick.
Okay, so you wouldn't have known how to do the poisoning. And so, again, why did we choose the knife? Like, why?
The reason why we chose the knife is because I guess she thought that it'd be quicker if she bled out quickly.
Okay. Now, did she tell you that, or is that something you think she thought?
Most likely, that's what I would think she would.
Okay, but she didn't tell you to stab her because she'd bleed out quickly.
No.
Okay.
That's what I figured she would think because it makes sense. More holes, faster they go away, and the faster they are at peace.
Okay. So the more holes you put into the body?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm understanding? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why you chose to stab her.
Yes.
Okay. And so how did you get the...
Okay. I don't know if it's excitement or whatever, but this interrogator is speeding through the opportunities that she's giving him to answer. The one example was, did she ask you multiple times if for you to kill Dee Dee? And she fast forwards to that, going on to some question about, did she do it while she was here? And I wonder if part of that is that they're thinking that they have a good case against him, and she fast forwarded through his feelings of guilt. And I thought I read something that said that, part of his harsh sentencing was because of the lack of remorse. But when he expressed remorse, just now, to me, it struck me as authentic. And the way I understand he described it is in the wake of Dee Dee's murder, Gypsy probably felt regret and remorse, and maybe her eyes were open to there being many other possibilities other than the one that they chose. And she was reminiscing fondly about her mother, and in doing so, Nick started to feel badly too. And also, probably because his devotion to her is so strong that if she had feelings of regret and wished that they hadn't done it, then he's going to be loyal to those feelings and think accordingly and think the same thing, you know? It's very frustrating because to me, based on this, what we've heard so far, and I know that there is a sadist element that we'll get into later, maybe, but it sounds like the the plan was originated by Gypsy. It was researched by her, looking into those, how to kill her, Dee Dee, effectively and as quickly as possible, with as little pain. And yeah, so, and yet I don't think that Nick is trying to make himself appear innocent or less guilty. I think if it were up to him, if it was put to him plainly, he would take the fall entirely if it meant he could save Gypsy, because he's under the impression that Gypsy loves him and he worships her. So.
Knife, like where'd the knife come from? Did you bring it with you from here?
No.
Okay. Did you buy it somewhere?
She bought it for me.
Who bought it for you?
Gypsy.
Where'd she buy it from?
Online.
She bought it online?
Oh, wait, no. It was not online. I gotta get that straight. It's not.
Yeah, don't lie, because you don't want to get Gypsy in trouble for something because you're gonna lie about it.
I know.
Okay.
I know. She somehow found a way to get one at Walmart. I don't know how she did, but she did.
So you didn't bring a knife from here?
No.
So when you got here, she had a knife?
Yeah.
So did she know you was gonna stab her?
Yes.
Okay. So what'd the knife look like?
It had a red and black handle.
Red and black?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long was it?
Gosh.
Use your hands to show me.
I can, maybe that long, maybe.
Was the red and black handle plastic or wood or?
It was, I'm trying to think, squishy grip. I can't remember what it's called.
It was a squishy grip?
Yeah, it's hard to really put into words.
Okay. On the edge of the knife, like, can you draw the knife for me, maybe?
I'm a bad artist.
You're a bad artist? Okay. Would the knife, if the knife went was the knife smooth like this, or was it jaggedy like that?
It was jaggedy.
Jaggedy?
On one side, and the other side it was smooth.
Okay. And what color was that part of the knife?
It was just the black. Oh my gosh. I am so sleepy.
That's all right.
It was just the normal color of what blade usually looks like.
Like stainless steel type
Yeah.
look? Okay.
Yeah.
So, see this edge of this table right here? Kind of like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
What makes up a full life? Being there to lend a hand. Being present while feeling our best.
So that's what that looked like, and then the handle was red and black, kind of squishy.
Mm.
Okay. Could you hold the knife with one hand, or did it take two hands to hold the knife?
One hand.
One hand?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever stabbed anybody before this?
No, that's the reason why this was the very only one person I would ever do this for.
Okay. Only person you do it for is Gypsy. This is the first time you ever stabbed anybody.
Yes.
Okay. So when you're stabbing Dee, where is she at?
She's on her stomach.
On her stomach where? On the floor, in the bathtub, or somewhere different?
On her, on the, oh my gosh. I gotta let my mind work. Oh, I don't know, 1 second.
You're fine. Take your time.
She was on the bed. Her bed.
Her bed. In her bedroom?
Yes.
Okay. So was she sleeping on her stomach, or just laying there watching TV, or?
Sleeping on her stomach.
Okay, so she's laying in her bed, sleeping on her stomach. Is she covered up with covers or uncovered, or?
Actually, when I did it, it seemed like, she had her, it was almost like a nightgown on, it seemed like.
Okay.
And, she barely even was covered at all.
Okay.
So it was easy access to her body.
Okay. So she didn't have a bunch of covers on her. It made it a lot easier to do that. Okay. And so when she's laying there.
Gotta pause it here. Okay, so you know how he's having trouble recalling very simple language, like she was laying on the bed? I think that despite his desire to be so cooperative, his fight or flight is kicking up so much. Because on some levels, he has to understand how deep the shit is that he's in right now. But still, it doesn't seem like he's trying to resist providing information, but it's merely just being overloaded. Like I think Chase Hughes talks about like having too many tabs open, and he's having to shut some tabs down in order to answer her. Yeah. And it feels like there's two people in this room who want to make sure that Gypsy doesn't get pinned with it. And maybe that's because Gypsy has already said a lot of things that are potentially incriminating. And so now it's Nick's turn to say things that are incriminating. But yeah, tough. And then that uncomfortable laugh he had when he talked about easy access to Dee Dee. And I wonder if that was him also recalling his sadistic urges or fantasies he had about essaying Dee Dee. That didn't end up happening, but yeah.
Where's the first place you decided to stab her?
And I just was in a random spot in the back.
In the back, just random?
Yes.
Do you know how many times you stabbed her?
4.
You stabbed her 4?
Yeah, 4 times.
Okay.
The 4th one, I felt it go into, I think it might have been her lungs.
Okay.
It was harder to get out.
Okay. Did it take one hand to get it out, 2 hands?
I had to yank it out.
Okay.
With one hand.
Okay. So it did. So the others came out easy, but that one kind of came out harder?
Yep.
Okay. And so, you only stabbed her 4 times? Are you sure about that?
Well, as in stabbing, I stabbed her 4 times.
Okay.
But I did actually cut her one other time besides that.
Okay. Where'd you cut her
On
at?
the back of her neck.
Okay. And did you use the same knife that you did the others with?
Yep.
Okay. And when you did across the back of the neck, did that even cause an injury, or did you see any blood or anything?
Yeah, she was bleeding.
Okay, she's bleeding. And so did she scream or holler, or?
Yeah, she did.
What was she saying?
First she said help, and then she didn't recognize who I was. She
Okay.
said, who are you? And then...
She said, who are you?
Yeah.
Okay. And she didn't recognize who you are, and she says help, and then what does she say?
And then she called up for Gypsy, but Gypsy didn't do anything.
Okay. She hollered for Gypsy.
Yes.
And did she holler for Gypsy once, twice, 5 times?
3 times.
3 times? And what was she saying? Can you tell me how she said it?
She pretty much yelped it.
Yelped it?
She was like, Gypsy!
Okay.
Yeah, she was loud.
And what did you do when she did that?
It didn't stop me from keep on going.
Okay. You just kept stabbing her?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any reason that we would think that maybe you stabbed her more than 4 times?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Now, did Gypsy come in and stab her?
No.
Gypsy never stabbed her?
She couldn't do it.
Okay.
That's the reason why she asked me to.
Okay. Did you try to get Gypsy to come in and stab her?
No, I would have never done that.
Okay. So when you say 4 actual stabs, so those are the ones that went in deeper?
Yeah.
Was there some little ones? Or
There might have been, because the truth is that I counted the ones that went in deep. I didn't count if there's any other ones.
okay. So if there's any other ones, you just didn't count those because they didn't go in as deep.
Yeah.
Okay. But you know that 4 of them went in deep.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know where those 4 deep ones were? Are you counting the one in the back of the neck or not in that 4?
No.
Okay, so the back of the neck would be something different.
Yeah, it'd be completely separate.
Okay, so the 4 that went in deep, do you remember where those went at on her body?
I honestly can't remember because I think it's just a blockage because of the guilt.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Okay. Sometimes there's things that we don't remember and that I'll understand that you don't remember, but you might not remember something that's important that I know you remember, okay? But that you might not remember, and I understand that because in the situation, okay? So, where was Gypsy at when you were stabbing her? When you were stabbing Dee in the bed, where was Gypsy at?
She was hiding in the bathroom.
Okay. Why was she in the bathroom? Why was she hiding in the bathroom?
Because she didn't know if her mom was going to kill me or not.
Oh, okay. So she thought Mom might kill you.
Yes.
Okay. Did she think Mom had a weapon, or?
She didn't believe I could actually do it. That's what I think it was.
Okay. She didn't think that you would just go in there. You don't know if she
Yeah,
had confidence in you. Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah. She didn't think I was
Okay.
capable of it. Is what it was.
Whose decision was it for her to go in the bathroom while this was happening?
She said that's what she wanted to do.
Okay.
So I just let her do it. And
Okay.
she locked the door behind her, so.
Okay, so she went in the bathroom, locked the door, and you went to do whatever you were doing. Do you remember, did Gypsy ever come out and see her mom?
I wouldn't let her.
You wouldn't let her go in there and see her?
I didn't want her to be traumatized.
Okay. Did you have sex with Dee?
No.
You didn't stick your penis anywhere on her?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Positive?
I'm 100% positive.
Okay. Did you stick your penis in her mouth?
Nope.
Okay. Did your penis touch anywhere on Dee's body?
Nope.
Okay. Did your mouth touch anywhere on Dee's body?
My mouth? No.
Okay. You didn't kiss her or
Nope.
lick her or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay. Did Gypsy come in and do anything like that with her mom?
No.
Touch her mom's privates? Or?
No, she wouldn't do that.
Okay.
No, she wouldn't.
Okay. All right. What do you think about people that have sex with dead bodies?
Okay. It's about to get very interesting, but I like that part where the detective is kind of giving him permission to be traumatized and not want to recall graphically each stabbing. To me that seemed very truthful. That I think if he really tried, he might have recalled more detail than what he provided, but he clearly, it's disturbing to him, and he's not performing it being disturbing. It's just disturbing. And yeah. Interested to see what he's going to say with this next part, because I think it's a big part of why people justify his sentence, because thinking he's a sexual sadist or potentially dangerous to other people in the future.
It's quite disturbing, honestly.
Okay. That would bother you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like necrophilia.
Okay. Oh, is that an actual thing? What does that mean, necrophilia?
Necrophilia actually means I have sex with the dead.
Okay. Have you ever known anybody to do that?
No, I only know the word because I tend to look up words that seem to be popular in today's culture, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so, you stabbed Dee in the bed, and Gypsy's in the bathroom, and so what happens after you're done stabbing Dee?
I knocked on the door, and I also scratched on the door twice to let her know it was me instead of her mom.
Oh, so is that a code you guys came up
Yeah.
with? Okay, so what was the code again?
It was 3 knocks and then 2 scratches.
Okay, 3 knocks, 2 scratches. And then that was so that way she would know in the bathroom. That was so Gypsy would know that it was you and not her mom.
Yep.
Okay. And did you guys plan that out before?
We like I said, we went back and forth between more than one idea, but that would end up being the one that we stick with.
Okay. So, after that happens, after you do the 3 knocks and the 2 scratches, does she open the door?
Not right away.
Okay, what happens?
She wanted to shave her private part
Okay.
and her legs.
Okay, she wanted to shave her private part and her legs?
Yes, for me.
Okay. Has she ever done that before? Is this something new?
Usually her mom does not let her shave her legs.
Okay. So her mom doesn't let her shave her legs? Does her mom let her shave her privates?
Her mom never seemed to care about that before.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So how did you know she wanted to do that for you?
Because she did it.
Okay.
That's how it's kind of.
What did you do while she's shaving her legs and stuff?
I waited for her.
Okay. And then she gets out of the bathroom? Is her legs shaved and everything's shaved? And then what happens?
And then, we start to clean up the ground and everything around.
Okay. Clean up. What do you clean in the house?
Yes.
You're like vacuuming and dusting and stuff like that?
Cleaning up such as anything that has memories of her. That's actually what we were doing.
I don't understand. I'm sorry.
Like anything that had, she took some pictures away and she actually threw them in the trash. She tried to get rid of things that would give you guys the idea that she really lives there.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, so did you guys clean up any blood or anything?
Yes.
Okay, what kind of blood got cleaned up?
I believe it must have been mine because I accidentally stabbed myself in the process.
Where'd you stab yourself at?
Right here.
Oh my goodness, do you need stitches or anything?
No, I've been holding it.
What's up? Oh gosh! Oh my gosh! Come on! Oh my gosh!
It's
Okay.
together.
Is that the only place you got cut, or did you get cut other places?
I don't think. Well, before I got roughed up earlier, there was a spot right. Ironically, it's the very same spot they end up hurting me yet again. Right
What do
here,
you mean got hurt again, roughed up? What do you mean?
When they arrested me,
Oh,
they took me
okay.
to the ground, and that's the reason why I have all this on me.
Okay. But that was an injury from when you stabbed Dee too, and then it just got re-injured whenever you.
Yeah.
Okay, and then that other one on your hand right there, that's the cut that you cut yourself.
Yep.
Okay, what are those up there?
These up here are from when I hit the ground. So I hit my face and my stomach, and part of my leg
Okay.
on the concrete.
Okay, when they arrested you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So when you and Gypsy are cleaning up the blood, are you helping Gypsy clean up the blood, or is just Gypsy doing it, or just you doing it?
We for a while we did it together.
Okay.
And then because she wanted to get it done faster, she did it herself.
Okay.
Afterward.
And what did she do it with?
Okay, so it's clear that he's omitting any mention of their S&M relationship. Like, for instance, her shaving herself, I'm sure that was a part of whatever kind of role play they had going on in games. And I wonder about that. I wonder if it's a feeling of embarrassment and modesty that he has around his sexuality because or his sexual relations with Gypsy, because remember when he fast forwarded through or justified why they were locked up in a hotel room for a couple of days? Yeah, he seems to be not as forthcoming when it comes to details of their sex life. And I don't know, it could be some bias I have, but I don't think it's because he's hiding anything in terms of deception or trying to appear less guilty or sadistic. I really think it's purely about an embarrassment, especially speaking to a woman possibly about topics like that.
she used a order. What the heck was it? It was like a cleaner slash odor remover.
Okay. Do you remember what kind of bottle it was in?
It was like a reddish bottle.
Reddish bottle? Okay. And how do you use that to clean? Like, is that
It must have been red because Gypsy also said it was red.
a spray? Is that a powder? Is it liquid or?
It's a liquid.
Okay.
So you had to pour it down.
Where she pour it down?
She poured it on top of wherever the blood was.
Okay.
And then she would use either paper towel or she never used any rags, surprisingly. But yeah, that's the main thing she used, was just paper towel.
Okay.
That or there was also these wipes that she used.
Okay. Okay. And so she cleans up the mess, the blood that may be yours because you can cut yourself.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
And then she wanted to have sex with me, so I did.
Okay. She wanted to have sex with you?
Yes.
Okay. And so where'd you guys have sex at?
In her bedroom.
In
Her bed.
her bed. In
Yes.
Gypsy's bed.
Yes.
Okay. And so you guys have sex.
Yes.
And what kind of sex? What is sex like to you?
Well,
Is it-
well, to me, the kind of sex that it was pretty much was all 100% consensual. Is what
Okay.
I'm looking for. Yeah.
Okay.
Because she obviously I was the one that was in charge, but she went along with it willingly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what did you guys do when you had sex?
We pretty much did all three things. You did anal, we did all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had anal sex with her?
Yes.
And then what's the other? I can't guess.
Oral.
Okay.
Like I said, all of them. Vaginal, all of them.
Okay. Okay. When you say oral, is that you providing oral sex to her and her providing oral sex to you, or is
Both.
it both? Okay.
Both.
And that happened in her bed?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know if this is the first time Gypsy ever had sex?
Actually, I do know if it is.
Is it or not?
It isn't.
Okay. So she's had sex before she had sex with you?
She's had sex with me. I actually one who took her virginity.
Oh, so you guys had sex a different time than this?
Yes.
Oh, when did that happen?
It was in a what the heck was it? It was a theater.
In a theater?
Yeah.
In Springfield or somewhere different?
Springfield.
Wow, did her mom know?
We kept it from her mom.
Okay. Where did you have sex at in the theater?
It was in a bathroom.
Okay, in a girl's bathroom or boy's bathroom?
She just took me to the boys' bathroom. I didn't have any choice. I just went right into the boys' bathroom. I guess she's okay with it.
Okay. Okay. Was that a year ago, 2 years ago? How long ago was that?
That was back in March
Back in March of...
this year.
Oh, okay, so you were in Springfield before.
Yep.
And did her mom know you were here?
No, I got to meet her mom in person for the first time.
And was her mom nice to you, or?
Yeah, she was really nice to me. And then,
Okay.
I don't know what it was, but apparently the night got ruined in some way. I couldn't, I was trying to understand what was going on with her mom, but
Okay.
I don't know exactly what happened.
So did you meet her at the theater?
Yeah, I did meet her, but I was waiting for her for quite some time before I did.
Okay. Okay. And then what happened after you guys had sex at the theater?
We went to our movie and watched it.
And then what happened after the movie?
And then I said, my goodbyes to her.
Go buy a store?
No, I said my goodbyes to her.
Oh, say goodbyes to her. I was like, go to a store. Okay, so you said your goodbyes to her, and then you went your way and you went back home? How did you get here that time?
She got me the money.
She gave you money?
Yep.
How did you get the money?
She sent it in the mail.
Okay, so was it cash that she sent you?
Yes.
Or okay, and how much did she send you?
That time I believe it was $400 because she wasn't sure how much I was gonna need.
Okay, so she sent you $400.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah, so I'm confused, and I would like for y'all to let me know in the comments below what you think about his portrayal of their sexual relationship. It's so she's like, what kind of sex did you have? And he's like, purely consensual, mutual sex. Yeah. So I wonder, Yeah, the pattern that's emerging to me just seems like he knows he has this kink side to him, and he knows that it's bad or would be perceived badly. And I don't know, my perception of that whole moment of him and Gypsy having sex after um Dee Dee is, it's hard to pull apart what the role playing is from what actually happened. So she said in her interview that he forced himself upon her, and he's making it clear it's 100% consensual. So to me, that's a red flag. It feels like maybe it wasn't consensual. Maybe this was a part of their agreement of how the night would go. But then when it actually occurred and Gypsy's dealing with the fact that she was the mastermind behind her mother being brutally murdered, that, and the scene, how bloody it must have been, that she wasn't particularly in the mood for that. And this brings up an interesting thought about, the difference for two young adults, but on a certain level, children, maturationally, developmentally speaking, having cooked up some fantasy in their minds versus the reality of what that actually is. And again, that's why I have trouble thinking that that there should never be a consideration of him getting out on parole, because I think all of those malicious, sadistic things were in a realm of fantasy to him, much like his S&M relationship with Gypsy. I can imagine the two of them being together, and if they're role playing and Gypsy's like, I'm not into it, and Nick snapping out of it and being like, okay. And it's interesting too, because in an S&M relationship, it's often said that the person who is the submissive is actually the one who is in complete control, because they are consenting to giving that illusion of power away to the dominant one. But it's the relationship only works if the submissive is allowing that to happen, right? In safe role-playing S&M scenarios. Okay, so let's go a little bit more, and then we'll cap it at that for today.
Did she send you money this time for you to come?
Yeah.
And how much did she send you this time?
Same number, actually.
400? Okay.
Yeah.
And then she just sent it to you in the mail, cash?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then so let's go back to the time that you guys just had sex. Do you remember what day that was?
I can't remember the day.
Okay. You don't remember if it was a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday, Saturday?
Oh, gosh. If I had to guess...
You don't have to guess. If you don't know the answer, you don't have to give me an answer.
I'd say Tuesday.
Okay.
If I had to guess.
Okay, if you had to guess.
The only interrogation in the history of an interrogation where the detective has to be like, no, you don't have to guess. It's okay. You don't have to answer.
She'd say it was a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. Did Gypsy enjoy the sex? Or was she telling you to leave her alone?
No, she didn't tell me to leave her alone.
Okay.
It was very consensual. I mean, at first, she pushed me a little bit away because she wasn't sure how rough I was going to be.
Okay.
But then after that, I reassured her that everything was fine. And after that, she just gave in because she knew that I was not going to hurt her.
Okay. So then she just gave in and just...
Yeah.
Okay. What was she wearing when you guys had sex?
It was a dress. It was like a Cinderella dress.
Okay.
That's the movie we were seeing.
Okay.
Together.
So she had a Cinderella dress on?
Yeah.
And what color was that?
It was a lightish blue, and it had white onto it also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did she have a wig on or no wig?
Yes,
Or
wig.
what color was her wig?
Her wig was blonde.
Blonde. Okay. And did she have that on when she was in the bathroom?
Yes.
waiting for you to stab Dee?
Oh, no.
No, she didn't have it on then?
No, she had a different wig on at the time.
Okay. So the Cinderella dress thing, was that when you were at the movies or was
Yes.
that at her? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you were at the movies with her having sex, she had a Cinderella dress on and a blonde wig.
Yep.
Okay. But when you had sex with her at her house, what was she wearing this time?
It was like a really dark brunette like wig. It was pretty long. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of clothing did she have on?
Me and her did it naked.
Okay. Did she have clothes on before you guys got naked?
Not really, because she was in the bath. Remember I told you she was in the bathtub doing that, and she stayed naked the entire time because of it.
Okay. So she shaved her legs and her vagina, right?
Yep.
And then she comes out, and then she cleans. Is she still naked when she's cleaning?
Yeah, she did the entire thing. She felt like she was in a rush, so she did the entire thing.
Okay, did it naked.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you guys decide you're gonna have sex.
Yeah.
And then you go into her bedroom.
Yep.
Okay, is her bed got blankets on it? Is her bed on the floor? What kind of bed does she have?
It was the biggest thing I can remember about her bed is that it was full, and I mean full of stuffed animals.
Okay.
Gosh.
How did you guys have sex on the bed if there was a bunch of stuffed animals?
We threw all of it off of it.
Okay.
We were just,
throwing them off onto the floor? Or?
yeah, onto the floor because there's too much of it on there. I mean,
Okay.
it's not the ones that was like part a pillow but part also a stuffed animal at the same time. We left that on the bed just in case you needed any comfort with it.
Was there was Dee making any noise or was Dee dead by then?
She was probably long gone by then.
Long gone by then, by the
Yeah.
time you guys are having sex.
Yes.
Okay. And so when you have sex, do you ejaculate? Like the semen come out of your penis?
I think I may have like too much what's the word I'm looking for? Stamina or endurance or something like that, because it takes her a lot to even get close.
Okay, so it takes a long time for you to get there.
Yeah.
Did you get there that day, that night?
No.
Okay, so you wasn't able to.
Nope.
Tequila Herradura Ultra Extraordinary awaits.
Nope.
Ejaculate.
Not that time.
Okay. Was you at that time during the movie theater? Was you able to?
I got close to, but I wasn't able to do it though.
Okay.
I got close.
Okay. Did you get close? Did you get close this time at the house?
No. Actually, I didn't get as close as I thought I was going to it.
Okay.
I barely felt any pleasure, actually.
Okay. All right. Is there a reason you didn't feel pleasure?
I don't know. It's really hard to say. Was the time before, like when I first took virginity, we had a condom on at the time.
Okay.
And I wasn't used to them at all. It was the very first time actually I ever wore one.
Okay.
So by that, it must have like messed me up to where I'm not used to, because I haven't had sex for a very long time.
Right. Okay.
And ever since that time, I pretty much forgot like how to pace myself and all the rest of that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. When you say you forgot how to pace yourself, what does that mean?
Meaning I didn't know how to pace myself in a way where I would be able to build up the actual pleasure.
Oh, okay.
In a constant motion.
Okay. 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 So you didn't ejaculate while you were at their house?
Nope.
Okay. So when does the sex come to an end? Like what? How do you determine? Okay, we've reached the point where we're done having sex.
I did make her have an orgasm once.
Okay.
And then after that, she might have blew me a little bit, and then after that, I think we stopped because we realized there's a lot of packing and stuff to do.
Okay. And what do you mean when you say blew me?
Blow me meaning like she gave me a blowjob.
Okay. Is that putting her mouth on your penis?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So after that, and you guys decide, okay, now we've got packing to do. What do you guys do then after you have sex?
We packed clothes, we packed movies, we packed whatever she thought that we would like need, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of movies did you guys take?
She took some seasons of like some like TV shows.
Okay. Do you know what kind of TV shows they were? I'm a big TV fan, so I'm just curious.
One was Game of Thrones.
Okay.
What other ones were there? I know she took some True Blood also. Can't remember the other ones offhand.
Okay.
There's more of them I can't remember.
Okay. And so, what do you guys have?
All right, I'm gonna stop here. How relieved was that detective to talk about something freaking normal like TV shows? Or, relieved to get to a point where she could take the pressure off a tiny bit off of him, even though the pressure doesn't seem to be too on. He's easily volunteering these answers, and I mean, he's skirting around the sexual parts, but he's still answering in what appears to be a truthful way. If these accounts are true, based on the aftermath of what happened after the murder, I would say that, Gypsy was a true accomplice in it, right? In the cleanup and then the careful consideration of removing certain things. That whole thing about the photos, getting rid of the photos, I think that was possibly a part of what they initially had planned, which was like for it to look like it was ransacked in a robbery or something. And then down to the detail of making sure that there's movies and shows for them to bring to watch. That seems quite cold and calculated. And Gypsy being the one that funded his entire trip, of course, the one to originate the idea and do research on it. And yeah, it feels like they were both protecting her. Both Gypsy and Nick were protecting Gypsy by keeping her in the bathroom while it happened. And yeah, and then it's interesting too, Nick's inability to orgasm. And I would have said that it had to do with fight or flight if it was only the second time that it happened, but I wonder, I don't know his background much at all. I wonder if, they talk about the problem that younger men in particular are having, that they're watching so much porn and becoming desensitized to actually being intimate with someone in the flesh, and that there's a certain amount of tolerance that they build up when they are exposed to so much sexual imagery. And I wonder if that paired with nerves, paired with him being like very hyper focused on Gypsy as he seems to be, it adds to his inability to orgasm with her. But let me know what y'all thoughts are in the comment section below. And we're almost halfway through this interrogation, so I'll aim to make this a 3-part. Well, no, it's going to be more like 4 parts. But all right, see y'all next time.